more going on. The books can't escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
System play.
And a pleasant good morning to you from the Formula One capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show for Sunday, November 24th. The graphics wrong. I'm late getting on as usual. I was at the Formula One after party last night after the big race here. I wasn't really, but what a night of Formula One action. Hope you caught it here late last night from Las Vegas with an exciting night of action here. They were racing into the morning here in Las Vegas with Formula One. It's always going to be about Max Verstappen, right? He wins the Formula One championship for the fourth time here yesterday in Las Vegas. But, it wasn't just all about Max here yesterday with the race and with the final, but still Max on top. But George Russell gets the victory here, and pretty good night for Mercedes, huh? Mercedes, boy, they get the top two spots here in the race, but it's all about Max winning the championship and a spectacular night. And all those Las Vegas natives here that say Formula One ruins their lives, get a life. A good race here, and more spectacular than ever, it seems like, last night than the first go round. So good job and a lot of fun last night watching the race. I thought it was a pretty good action for a Formula One race, if you know what I mean. And put that one to bed, and we'll do it again next year. We'll tear up the streets, send everybody off on an alternate path to get to work, and screw those people that don't like Formula One here in Las Vegas. How'd you guys do yesterday with the sports betting? Let me fix my banner up here. What's going on? Sunday, November 24th. We know what day it is, NFL Sunday here. Thanks for joining me on the Morning Steam Show. We get ready for our sports betting day. NFL takes center stage today, of course, with a great card as we start to get into the real action here now. Things are heating up. We got a nice card here. Still a few teams on a bye, so just 3 afternoon games and a good Sunday night game here tonight as we get ready for our NFL action. But I must say that I won't be all about the NFL today here. I did send out my first golf card of the quote-unquote season, right? Take several weeks off there from golf. Yeah, there's a few PGA tournaments that run, but maybe the action here was, starting to heat up here a little bit with the tournament action here this week. And I sent out my first card in several weeks, and, well, we've got a pretty good situation going here for this week. If you caught my card over at winnable.com that I sent out on Thursday, let me see if I can pop it up here. I don't think we have a perfect screen for this. Maybe I could use the tournament screen or the drawing screen, but check out my RSM Classic picks here for this week. You could play them as you like. This is how I send out golf. I mean, you could play, odds to win. I say here in the disclaimer, odds to win, but can be used for top fives, top tens, top 20s, and for matchups. My favorite handful of golfers each week. That's how I kind of roll out the plays. And these were sent out on the VIP free subscription. But take a look at the bottom there with Vince Whaley, 125 to 1. Whaley currently tied for the lead here heading into the final round. So, hey, I wouldn't mind picking up a dime today, not related to the NFL. So, and look, I also have Mac Hughes here, Mackenzie Hughes there at 30 to 1 this week. And I rounded these odds down from a few places. So try to give you, look, if you look at the odds, you might even had a stronger play. I always try to post kind of the worst odds possible. I know a lot of that we talk about shopping for lines. And yes, of course we do, but I want to give you a kind of a parameter. So here I am sitting with Vince Whaley at 125 to 1 here. He's at 14 under. He's tied with Maverick McNeely. Now, there are other golfers here, but they are 2 shots clear of the next group, including Mac Hughes. There are 4 golfers at 12 to 1. I have sprinkled a few guys here at least to get some of my money back here should one of those 2 guys not win. And yeah, there's a few guys up there that maybe I'm still going to pull a profit. I'm pretty much on everybody on the leaderboard at this point, at least for a little bit of change here. But the key is Vince Whaley here at 125 to 1 to win the tournament this week. And he's sitting currently tied for first at 14 under. That's a good position to be in. So please consider subscribing to my free picks over at winnable.com. And that's where I'll probably send out a lot of the PGA this season. Just getting started here with the golf action, but just wanted to bring that to anybody's attention that maybe had played with me this week or took a look at those golf odds here this week. So little barg there to get going, so I won't be all about the NFL today. I'll have to keep one on golf here, moving down the stretch. All right, how about it in college football yesterday with the exciting card and important finishes here a little bit yesterday. Some action here late on the West Coast in case you missed it as well, but some of the big ones here late last night, it was, in case you went to bed early on the East Coast, USC did beat UCLA 19-13. Trojans outscored UCLA 10-0 in the fourth quarter. USC's only touchdown came with under 7 minutes to go, and the Trojans are bowl eligible. UCLA not so much here this season, but we did have the under as our premium pick selection last night. We finished strong yesterday, and yeah, we sent out a lot of plays yesterday, but that's the way we do it with college football. 17-11 on the premium picks here with our high volume approach, and we finished started hot, got a little cold midday, and then finished strong last night with winners coming home all over the board in late action. We had Fresno to win late. We had under in Boise State and Wyoming. We had Vanderbilt over LSU as a premium pick. We had USC UCLA under, as I said, as a premium pick winner. We also had other premium winners with UL Monroe and Arkansas State. Game to go under. We had Kentucky plus the points against Texas. They got it done here yesterday, and also a few more, including Arizona State late in a bizarre one. If you saw it, the fans rushed the field. They had to clear them off the field, and they still got a Hail Mary chance as Dillingham, he pretty much botched the finish there yesterday. Stanford and Cal under was a premium pick winner as well. Lots of winners. SMU and Virginia under. There were a few L's in there for sure. No need to highlight them at this point. Winning day in college football. Central Florida and West Virginia, a premium pick winner under. We had Bowling Green as a premium pick winner. We had Boston College over North Carolina as a premium pick winner. We had Duke as a premium pick winner as well. We had Connecticut plus the points. We had Charlotte against Florida Atlantic. Good thing we had some good college football. A couple of the sports. NHL did not work out for me at all yesterday. 2-1 in the NBA as we had the Hornets coming from way back to get the money against the Bucks. And we had the Warriors and the Spurs game to go under. We had the Nuggets as our play on the show last night, and they pretty much took apart the Lakers. So hopefully you had a good day with some of the games yesterday. How about Alabama? They were able to manage 3 whole points against Oklahoma. We had, as I said there on the show yesterday, Oklahoma as our pick here, kind of in their big game of the year. That seemed like never in doubt with OU. Florida over Ole Miss, 24-17. That BYU game, though, I couldn't believe it, right? Sun Devils led. They tried to throw the ball out of bounds. It was intentional grounding. There was still 1 second left. They had to clear all the fans off the field. Just a wild one. Also, wild game Auburn over Texas A&M. We had Auburn here on the show yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we did. And they get the win over Texas A&M, 43-41. Auburn led 21-0, but ended up needing to tie the game with a field goal with 5 seconds left. And then the game went 4 overtimes, and they won by 2 because you got that bizarre ending here with the 2-point conversions. Doesn't seem like the best rule in the world, but that's how they do it nowadays. How about Kansas? They dumped Colorado. We went with Colorado on the show here, so got to have some full accountability here for some of the losers. But how about the punter from Kansas? His family comes for the big end of the season game at home. First time making the trip from Australia to see their son play college football in the United States, and they didn't punt against Colorado. The parents of the punter came all the way, and they didn't need to punt against Colorado last night. So also we had some other big upsets there. Appalachian State over JMU. My UAB team all over Rice yesterday here as well. So good day of college football. Hope you guys did pretty well. Nebraska, they went on the field too with their win over Wisconsin as they go bowling for the first time in 8 years. I guess that's big news in Nebraska nowadays. Cal won the big game over Stanford, 24-21 with a comeback. Stanford led by 2 touchdowns in the third quarter, but it was Cal with a touchdown pass from Mendoza with 2:40 left to win that one. Illinois over Rutgers, 38-31 as that scored with 4 seconds left. A 40-yard touchdown pass, an exciting finish. Rutgers had taken the lead. Illinois is 8-3 here this season. That's a pretty nice job this year. Penn State edged Minnesota. Yeah, we have the Gophers here on the show for sure. Minnesota led early, but Penn State came back to win. That's the important part here, even if we did get that spread winner. And Ohio State did beat Indiana, put me down big time here as I went with IU as a premium pick. And they were no match. They got a little bit going early, but things unraveled pretty early in the first half for Indiana. It looked like no chance. And, man, Indiana, 151 yards, sacked 6 times. So hope you guys had a pretty good day in college football. Get ready for our NFL action here today. If you want to be eligible for the community parlay today, make sure you comment in the chat today, and we'll pick a winner. I think we'll just roll and see how many we get on the first go round with just the 4 games. If we end up with a 2-teamer, I don't know. I'd rather just play it big, even though we haven't hit it yet. It's been 2 weeks since we've had the contest. Maybe today will be the day in the NFL. Let's see who's here, who's stopping in today. Hey, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up. Thomas is here. We give Thomas Sunday mornings off a little bit. We got Joe in here running things today with our poll today. So should be, oh man, that reminds me, I got to be ready to go over here with the poll so I can see what's going on. Let me at least dial it up here while I try to talk my way through the show here a little bit to get started. We might as well get ready and roll, right, with the show today. Not a huge long show with NFL. I've got a handful of NBA games, one game on the ice, and I've picked a few in college basketball maybe we can get to. Hello to Ray Otachi. Joe W. is here. Tino as well. Jermaine stopping in on a Sunday. Ronnie Young here today. R. Tomps as well. Robert McCormick is here. Subhuman here today. Hope you guys, even I had to catch a little bit of shut-eye here in the middle of the night. And after last night or yesterday morning, I guess it was, I'm still feeling the effects. And I wasn't even on the show with the guys yesterday for the UFC card. It got a little wonky there in the early portion of the card. You're always going to have a little volatility when you have some of the non-established names, it felt like, on that UFC card. But we did see some crazy knockouts, for sure. One of the female fights ended up with a fighter getting stretchered out of the octagon. That was not great, but to follow up on it, she was okay. They had asked her the question, right? You go in, someone got their bell rung, and do you know where you're at? She had no clue. So put her on a stretcher, get her out of there. But the word was good, so we can not laugh about it, but did say everything was okay. Eventually got her bell rung for sure. Elliot talking ECU football here today. We have soccer going on right now, including the matchup here in EPL currently. I did send out a soccer card, but I think we already had an L there in Italy action. I went with Genoa today, but they didn't get it done. All right. Sancho's got his card ready to go. I'll have plays here in the NFL for sure, but my package of plays is up right now over at Winnable.com. You can check me out over there today and get my premium picks for the action in the NFL. I got 3 plays right now in the NFL. That might be it as far as premiums are concerned. I mean, I got to be, honest with myself and go with the best plays. Usually I got 6, 7, 8 plays on an NFL Sunday. Right now I've got 3 up there over at Winnable.com. Hopefully we'll get those. Maybe we could add here moving forward, but I'm ready to go with that card pretty much. I don't know if it was a tough card necessarily, but I want to give my best over there at the website. So that's just what we'll have to go with today right now. Here I've got just a 3-pack today, but it's over there at Winnable for a couple of bucks. You can subscribe for a week for $8, a month for $20. Use the promo code STEAM to save 20%. And you can get my plays basically for about 50 cents a day over at Winnable.com. I come on here every day, hopefully give you some great winners or at least some decent advice for you to have your betting day going. But hey, if you want a little extra action or a little extra help, follow me over at Winnable.com. Use that promo code STEAM to save 20% off those premium pick packages. Go to Winnable.com/Ramon. My site, my homepage comes up there, and you can check me out over there. It works through Stripe if you get signed up, and that's a pretty good payment processing platform. You can set notifications as well to get my plays directly to you on your device. It's also a browser based. It's a website, so really, when you go over there, over to Winnable.com, you'll see it there on desktop or on your phone as well. It just looks just like this, and it's got Apple Pay, Google Pay, and you can sign up with me. And that's how you support me on the channel. Click on the QR code in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, and that's how you get signed up. All right, we'll continue on with a few more comments and then get the show going here today. We got to preview the NFL action. Subhuman here. He's got this Southampton and Liverpool game here in this one going on right now. EPL action. I'm watching it as well. I have the under here, 3.5. Juice to minus 140. We've seen Liverpool score here moments ago to take a 1-0 lead 30 minutes or so into the game here right now. But I did play the under over there. I've got some other plays lined up here if you wanted to. I know a couple of them have just started, but I do have the 2 MLS playoff games up today as part of my Winnable VIP free package over there. Thomas happy with the Buckeyes today. Charles Sharp is here. Thank you, Charles, for stopping by. Remember, everyone, your comment makes you eligible for the drawing here today. Joe Alvarado is here as well. Joe Subhuman said he got plenty of sleep after that one. I couldn't go to sleep because of all those all those games yesterday. Man, I finally did put it down there later into the afternoon. Even took a little siesta from college basketball plays in the late afternoon. Even I had to grab a little bit of shut eye once those midday games were kind of I caught about 90 minutes in there. Wasn't a great midday card, I felt like. Udaya is here today as well. Hello to Udaya. All right, he's going to roll with us today. Philly Eagle Flyers here. And that's it from you guys in the chat. So I think we can get ready to start the show. We got to kind of keep a crisp move on. Hey, make sure you join me also today. I'll be across the street on the PSR Pub Hub here. If you know what that is, I'll be taking a shot with a few of my plays over there today. So join me here in about, I think my appearance is in about 2 hours over there at PSR. I'm one of the leaders over there, but haven't made it on the show too often this year. Gets a little hectic on the weekends, but I'm happy to come on there and get a little fun time with Jimmy today. So please check me out over at PSR Pub Hub today. And also, I'll also be on Nuke the House channel today at 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 Pacific. I believe I'm scheduled over there. Yeah, scheduled over there today. Sometimes things go different there. I've missed a few appearances this season, but we've been over there pretty much every week at Nuke the House channel here on YouTube. I'll have some plays to share over there. Here, you might get them here as well, so don't worry about it if you're not missing anything, but I just got a couple of appearances on some other channels on NFL Sunday. Yeah, make the rounds a little bit, see some guys over there. All right, let's get rolling with the show today. Here today, all right. And, no UFC. We actually got a couple weeks off here, but remember, I'll be adding some UFC programming here in the weeks to come. We're going to move a show here, or simulcast a show that I do each week here on the Sports Money Network. So we're UFC centric, and we'll add a little bit of coverage here with me. All right, let's get right into it. Hey, Randy Sheffield, thank you so much for all of your support here on the channel. I really appreciate you. Let's get rolling with the action today in the NFL. We've got a great card here. Get your picks ready. Get the poll ready. I got to be ready over here to see our poll here today. Remember, vote today with the poll. You can type in your plays here with side total if you want to share your card, your parlays, and whatnot. But we'll be using the poll here today to go through the consensus plays, and I think it was really awesome last week to see those percentages from our crew. So get ready, and once we roll with these games, I will give you a couple of minutes anyway as we talk about the games, and you can vote in the poll, and then we can kind of determine which games qualify here. We'd like to see over 50%, I'm sure. It just depends how close the second team is, and you get a chance also to enter the side and the total here. So, all right, here we go in this one. We're going to start it off with nice game here with the Lions taking on the Colts. And hey, look, the Lions here on a roll, but in the rough and tumble portion of the season, right, it becomes a little bit difficult to go through each and every week and just be, I don't know, kicking butt and taking names a little bit. So this feels like the game for the Lions that maybe they could get a little bit of sleepwalk going up against this Colts team. Detroit, they've won 8 straight games, going 7-1 against the spread so far today. Detroit 5-0 straight up, 4-1 against the spread on the road so far this season. We know Campbell's a great money coach here week after week, but still laying this tough number against a Colts team that is showing signs of life here a little bit. They are 4-6 here. Hey, if I don't know if maybe I don't have Joe yet here, so if you do want to type in your plays, go ahead. I didn't see the poll come up. Maybe Joe's just getting it ready, or maybe Joe needed to sleep in here and miss the call, but no big deal. Go ahead and type in the plays. Be ready, please, Thomas, if I don't have Joe's contributions here today with the poll. I don't see it coming up here, but I do see you guys starting to put the plays in, so appreciate that. No problem if Joe couldn't make it today. We're kind of operating at a luxury with him doing that. So, hey, you got Richardson back, of course, starting here. He's 6-5 as an NFL starter. Gets a lot of heat here, certainly, but he's done it. He's been okay, right, for a young quarterback. It feels like here, getting a full touchdown here in this one. Man, this feels like a pretty positive spot. You could check out today. I did have the NFL consensus report. I don't know if it went up just yet, but I'm showing handicappers pretty much a 2.5 to 1 ratio. They're on the Colts professional handicappers here selling their picks today. Pretty heavy here on the Colts, it feels like. So I'm going to end up here on the over with these two teams. 4 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over, but again, they just meet every few years. So I don't know if that's plays too much into it here, but man, how many times can the Lions be laying all these points week after week? And this is a spot where the Colts, look, they've got, real strong running game. Don't forget, they've got a receiver in, I want to say in Josh Downs that's kind of catching the league by storm. Yeah, there's some other good receivers, decent receivers on the Colts, but this guy's been hot. He feels like he's emerging into one of the top receivers around here for the Colts. So let's see what you guys have. We'll start to get into it a little bit, get rolling here. We're going to have to go with our comments here, it looks like, today. So appreciate it. You guys picked up there the slack real good. All right, let's take a look. Ray is going to go with the Colts. Good morning to Gravy Bets here today. Philly Eagle Flyer, they're talking a little bit more soccer here. Thomas says, I'm going to put the Lions in my money line parlay today. Curtis likes the over in this one. So do I. Jermaine says team total over, Lions money line for Elliott. Right? Sometimes the Lions get a little cozy with their leads, it feels like. Super True Story says, look, the Colts have had a good, playing well at home here. They're getting plenty of points. So why wouldn't you consider them here? And Goff here with a weird record. What's this? 2-8, 2-6 straight up. Is that last 8 against teams that are losing records? What? Charles Sharp says, give me the Colts and the points. Bobby Mack says he does like the under here in this one. Philly Eagle Flyer put the Lions in his parlay of favorites today. Super True Story on the Colts. Our Tomps does take the under here. Not going to get in the way of the Lions right now. And how about an ATD for Jameson here today? We probably should touch on some of these steam plays, even though we're in the NFL right now, and just make sure we get some college basketball coverage for the action here today. A few plays are rolling in right now. And let you type in a few more bets here. I'm going to give also Joe another minute or two. Maybe he can come in and get the poll started. But if not, we'll just go with our comments here a little bit. So William and Mary and App State game total to go over today. A little bit of steam coming in here early on with Bill and Mary and App State. It was a 147, but now we're looking at 149 here or higher, 149 and a half. There is an early game, a couple of early starts, including Portland and Princeton. We'll get started here in an hour. Maybe we'll get to the previews there a little bit. So I think Nunya, right? Saying here, let me see, can't fade him, can't take him. Yeah, so I think for me, that's what it is, Nunya, right? With the non-conference game. Detroit has, not exactly an easy schedule here moving forward, but the games are just a little bit more significant and important for them. So not that you want to, have a situation where you're, taking a week off, you're never doing it, but here you're laying a touchdown against a team that, like you guys are saying, playing pretty well at home a little bit. So I'm going to end up here, though, on the over with the Lions and the Colts. I think that's what would happen to me if they end up, if the Colts are in this game, they end up coming and maybe being alive for the back door or just being able to hopefully match points a little bit here. Somebody said Colts undefeated at home, but I don't think that's the case, right? They've had a couple of losses at home. 4-1 though against the spread at home so far this season. Maybe they are 5-0 to some. Maybe the point differential. I see we got Southampton lining up here for a penalty kick right now, and it's denied. But the rebound is put back up and in for a goal for Southampton to tie this game up here in the first half. 4 minutes to go in the first half or so. 1-1 right now. Ferner's here. I've been here, Ferner. Where you been? Ferner, nice to see you today. All right. I'm going to take the over with the Lions and the Colts. So we'll just have to go with the comments. So I don't know if we had a consensus there at all. I think there are plenty of people on the Colts and several on the Lions as well. We had some overs. We had some unders to be continued.
Steam play.
Kansas State's taking the steam here today right now in college basketball in their game against against Liberty. They were a 3.5 point favorite. This one could be headed to 4 here right now with Kansas State taking the steam at the Paradise Jam in the Virgin Islands tonight. Here, let's see if we got a few more. Also, University of San Diego took some steam in their game against Idaho. They were a 1.5 point favorite, but looks like San Diego is up to a 2.5 point favorite or more here against the Idaho Vandals today. Also, McNeese State took some steam here early on. McNeese is taking on Long Island, I believe, at the Paradise Jam, or is it Longwood? I'm trying to remember now. My notes, I just wrote Long. That's not a good thing to write down. All right, here it is. Longwood against McNeese, and they steamed here. McNeese. It was, 7.5 or 8, but man, this is going to go to 8.5 or 9 here. Tonight with McNeese over Longwood. Also, steam came in here just a short time ago on Brooklyn and Sacramento NBA game to go over. They steamed it here at 2:22 or so, and maybe it's going a little bit north of that right now. Nets and Kings game to go over. All right, let's keep it rolling right now here in the NFL. Next up, the Chiefs are on the road, laying a pretty big number to the Panthers. Doesn't feel like the Chiefs are necessarily the team that likes to blow teams out, it feels like, right? They get just enough done as if to kind of save themselves for the key moments a little bit too. So it does feel a little bit awkward, but The Chiefs finally lost last week, and they are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games, but know they're favorites all the time. And Kansas City has only one win this year by double digits. So can they get the money here against Carolina on the road? Yeah, Carolina bad, but they've won 2 in a row. Watch out. So they're doing a little bit better here, no doubt. This is tough. We know that. AFC West has been crushing this season. They're 11-4 against the spread in non-division games this season. Or AFC West favorites, I should say. That wouldn't be enough games, but AFC West favorites 11-4 so far this season in non-division games. So pretty interesting spot. Certainly, but the Panthers are doing a real good job here right now. Panthers have gone over in 7 of their 10 games this season. The Chiefs have won the last 3 meetings here over the last decade or so by 2 points, by 3 points, by 6 points. It's been the same Chiefs franchise for the most part in those games, and the Panthers, maybe they were even a little better in years past when the teams have met. The underdog has covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams, dating back here quite a while. But still, handicappers were relatively split here because of this big number. I'm probably going to take the number here with 11 points. And Bryce Young, I get it. It's going to be difficult here for Carolina to come close to winning, but just seems like the Chiefs just do enough. And if it becomes, I don't know, I kind of think this is one of my premium plays on the total, and I can't tip my hand too much on these with only 3 plays today. So let me take the Panthers here today, plus 11 points against the Chiefs. See what you guys have in this one today. Like I said, this has been about as good as it gets for the Panthers here of late. The Chiefs have failed 4 straight, so I'm taking the Panthers in this one. All right, let's see what you got here, if anything here. Hello to Smoke. Thank you for being here today, Smoke. Appreciate you coming by. Here's Ray. He does like the under here in this one. Thomas has the Chiefs in a parlay here. And let's see what Philly Eagle Flyer is saying. Am I correct about the Chiefs? But he's saying, let's see, am I wrong on the line here? Is it actually dipped down? I typed these in before. No, still 10.5 or 11 here for the most part. Let's see here. Here's Hubbard for an ATD play in this one. R. Tomps likes the under here. Elliott's got an exact score line. Wow, 34-24. How about it? And Public Enemy says, the Chiefs will cover today. The Panthers, they aren't very good, and we know that. But, man, when are you ever going to take the Panthers? This might be it. All right. Yeah, I got you, Thomas. Appreciate it. All right, maybe no consensus here either, but I'm going to take the Panthers as my play in this one. All right. Next up here, Fernando leaning over there. Next up here, we got the Vikings taking on the Bears here with a big division matchup in this one. The Vikings on the road, favored here by 3 or 3.5 or so, going up against Chicago. But, hey, the Vikings continue to be pretty strong, looking good week in and week out for the most part. And, they deserved favorites here against the Bears. The Vikings are 8-2 right now. They're winning again. They've won a couple in a row here at this time. And it is, though, however, one of the toughest things to do in the NFL, right? This is a 3rd straight road game for the Vikings. Usually that is a, auto play for the most part, it feels like. But I don't know, the Bears, are they starting to get back to a little bit of, I don't want to ever say they're overrated at this point, but they've lost 4 in a row right now. They're not scoring anything on offense. It's been a disaster here of late. They fired their offensive coordinator, of course, within the last couple of weeks. And, everybody wants the coach fired here with Eberflus, but does have pretty good numbers. He's 7-4 as a home dog, 12-8 against the spread at home overall. with Eberflus here. But Chicago in division games, not a good situation right now. They're just uh, 3-10 against the spread. Their last 13 division home games. Minnesota 6-1 straight up, 5-2 against the spread. Last 7 in this series. The Vikings have won and covered the last 4 trips here into Chicago. So everything favors the Vikings on these trends, but you just have to buck that one, that one factor of the third straight road game here. They won them for sure. They beat Jacksonville. They didn't cover though in that game, 12-7 as a 7-point favorite. They did cover against Tennessee, 23-13 as a 6-point favorite. So they're winning and they're covering a little bit on some of these numbers anyway. But the Bears are 4-1 against the spread at home this season. So they've actually been okay. Usually getting points a little bit, but they are just 3-3 against the spread as an underdog here. So maybe I don't trust them still as an underdog. I'm going to take the under here with the Vikings and the Bears. The Vikings have had some issues a little bit on offense, it feels like, and the defense has been very, very solid here. They've given up just, I think, 30, maybe 35, 30. They're allowing about 12 points a game in the last 3 games right now are the Vikings. They gave up 13 to Tennessee, 7 to Jacksonville, 13 to Indianapolis. So Bears have lost 4 straight, 1-3 against the spread in their last 4. Yeah, they got the money. Last week against the Packers. I mean, the Packers are all happy and great, but they won by 1 point against the lowly Bears who can't score. So Bears over the last 4 games here right now, averaging about 11 or 12 points. So they haven't been able to get anything going. And I'm going to take the under in this one with the Vikings and the Bears. Let's see what you guys have here. Vikings, Bears. Going to start it off here right now with Ray Otachi's on the Bears in this one. And a Public Enemy on the Public Enemy did not win the 2-team parlay yesterday. And we've now 0-14. We're 0-14 team consensus. It's hard to hit a parlay. I know that, but man, 0-14 so far. I'm going to be broke here. You guys better subscribe to the picks so I can pay off these parlays we're not hitting. Robert McCormick's on the Bears. Philly Eagle Flyer liking the Bears. And Thomas says, you know what? That's enough for me. I'm on the Bears here. Consensus play on the Bears. Okay, gang, I get it. Look, I'm all about sometimes that third straight road game, but man, these Bears right now, it is bad. I give them credit for what they did last week. And, they're getting the points at home. They might even be getting the hook here a little bit. I have on the screen, what do I have? 3 there, but there's some 3.5s to be had out there. And all the 3s are juiced to the Vikings side. So, no problem if you guys are on the Bears here. Robert's on the under here. Robert Franklin is, and Bobby Mack will lean to the under in this one. And, can Caleb do it? Can he overcome some of this? Moneyball, hello. Nice to see you again today. And thank you for your parlay there with the 49ers, Texans, and Eagles. We'll talk a little 49ers football. Could Danny Dimes be headed to the ultimate test, right? Is it the franchise or the quarterback? We know Danny Dimes is probably not going to set the world on fire, but maybe if we put him in as rough as it's been for the 49ers, they've been a good program here, obviously, for a few years. So we'll see. It looks like Danny Dimes is leading, there's 3 teams kind of hot for Danny Dimes, believe it or not. And the Niners might be leading the way. Michael Jimenez adds to that Bears number here, it feels like. All right, Charles Sharp, a little action here with Holy Cross. Here's an under here with me in this one with Elliot. Thank you, you guys. And Billy Eagle Flyer with a little action there as well. Keep it rolling here in the NFL with the Cowboys and the Commander. Just doesn't have the same ring, as back in the old days. You know what I mean? When these two franchises meet, it's always been a really big deal here, but it does feel like it's lost a little bit of its luster with the name change over the years here. But still, you got the Cowboys on the road, and that's another thing that's changed here, right? With the does that Danny Dimes probably not going to end up in Dallas, even though everybody kind of wanted to speculate where he could be headed, and it wouldn't be neater if he did go to Dallas and was able to beat the Giants with the ragtag group that Dallas has ended up. They've had problems with injuries and the like as well this year. We're not going to fault them too much. Yeah, they've been pretty bad and disappointing and underachieving and overpaid and overhyped. But in this one, you'd probably have the most overwhelming consensus here of handicappers, paid cappers here on the Commanders for sure. Running as strong as 6-1 overall, laying these big points today to Dallas. And still, man, it's trying to get you on Dallas here. It feels like this has been a Dallas series for the most part throughout the years, but Dallas has won 4 of the last 5. These guys are division rivals, so meeting up twice a year, obviously. The teams have split the last 6 meetings here in Washington. 3 of the last 4 meetings between the two teams have stayed under the total here in this one. Washington has lost 2 straight now to fall to 7-4. Look, they probably were overachieving certainly there a little bit, and they've had some problems in the second half here of late, but nonetheless, they're still going to be big favorites. Can you lay it here with Washington in this one against a Dallas team that has given up the total's 45? I think that's what Dallas has given up on average over the last 5 games. It feels like now it's not that much, but it's certainly close to 35 points a game right now that Dallas is allowing here of late. So I'm going to end up here, I think, on the under. Dallas has gone under in 4 of their last 6 games. They've gone under their team total in 6 of their last 7 games overall. Now, the Commanders have gone over their team total in 8 of 11, and Dallas has allowed their opponent to go over their team total in 4 of the last 5 games. But Washington's been giving up some points too. I think most people are going to trend to the over here a little bit, but I'm still going to take the under in this one with Dallas and Washington here today. Washington 2-3 to the under at home. Dallas 2-3 to the under on the road. And these are, 2 teams have been going over. So I just think they're in the roles where they might have a tendency more to go under when Washington is at home. So you guys can chime in with your pick here in this one. Washington just 3-6-1 against the spread in their last 10 division home games. And they've had trouble stopping the run, but are the Cowboys really going to get anything together? It feels like in that running game and in with the offense overall with Cooper Rush. It didn't look good in Monday night's game, and it's a short week here for Dallas. So they, of course, lost that game at home. So, all right, go ahead, chat. Let's see what you guys have here in this one. Good morning to Mikey here today. Going to get the plays off here right now with Elliott starting us off. He's on the Commanders here. Sancho says, put them in the money line parlay today with some of these favorites. There's Mikey money. Sports money is money. And I think Thomas says the Commanders here might be making the consensus here in this one. It feels like, wow. All right. Ray says, I have the Commanders here. And No, I think I got you, Thomas. It feels like you're saying we got a lot of people on the Commanders here. And like I said, this is a pretty strong consensus play here a little bit. Uh, Joe, where is Joe? I'm worried. I'm worried, Mike. I'm worried about Joe. He contacted me last night, making sure we were all on the same page for the show today. But it was a pretty long day for everybody yesterday. So Joe's got a life and I don't. So I'm here with you guys. Thank you for being with me. I don't know what I'd do without you guys. Robert Franklin likes the under in this one, and so do I. Michael Jimenez likes the over, though. Philly Eagle Flyers got Commanders team total over, and he's got the Cowgirls team total under 16.5 and first half under 7.5. Is that right? And Daniels hasn't had a great game, it feels like. There's Robert McCormick there. Oh, Thomas is adding him in the parlay, but it does feel like it's all Commanders in the chat, too, doesn't it? Feels like unanimous there a little bit. Here's I haven't said, is anybody on the Cowboys? Chosen one on the Commanders first half. There's some variations in here too, but it is a little bit tough. Laying 10.5 for sure. It's 10.5 everywhere. Is that what I have here on the screen at least? Yeah, okay. Oldie, thank you for stopping by today. And all right. Let's move on to the next one then. We'll try to get another team to join the Bears here as the consensus parlay play. Here we go with the Buccaneers and the Giants on the road. You got the Buccaneers over about a touchdown favorite here in this one. And, we know the story here with the Giants certainly today. Let's get this one out to you here. A little steam action in college basketball with Massachusetts and Florida State. This one game total to go over. They're playing this one in Connecticut today, but we're seeing some steam here right now on UMass and FSU. They're steaming this one. It was 149, but it's now 151 or more. Steam to the over with UMass and FSU. So Tommy Cutlets gets the start here for the Giants as they make a little bit of a move here. Look, that's not the long-term solution, but have to cut ways with Danny Dimes here a little bit. He's got an injury clause that would have kicked in if they keep playing him and he gets hurt. They were going to owe him like $24 million. So just cut him here, eat the rest of the contract. He can go on and play the rest of the season, like we said, somewhere else. And maybe it will be San Francisco because of the news on Brock Purdy is not good, not just for today, but he could be missing a few or several weeks here. So, and the Niners are getting a little bit, desperate in their heated race in the NFC West. So, still going to have the Buccaneers, a big favorite here in this one on the road. Doesn't feel like a comfortable spot, but again, you have the Giants. It's not like they're making a move for the future, right, to go to Danny Dimes. Even though we want to make fun of Danny Dimes, it is a big time downgrade here to go to Tommy Cutlets, in my opinion. So handicappers are running pretty strong here, 2.5 to 1 ratio on the Buccaneers here, laying the increased number. This would have been, even a little bit lower here with Jones in the lineup, but you probably still were looking at, I don't know, 4.5 or 5 maybe on the road. I don't know how much of a difference he's going to make, but it is a serious downgrade at this point to go to DeVito, despite that 3-3 record last year. It was a nice little story here, but you're taking on a Bucs team that's pretty desperate here to keep things going. They're still alive. I mean, in the South. And wins are going to be important here for the Buccaneers. Still laying a pretty sizable number in this one. Buccaneers have lost 4 straight here, 3 of them by less than a touchdown for sure. Close games, but not getting it done right now. Buccaneers are not good off of a bye. 1-6 straight up, and 1-6 against the spread. Their last 7 coming in off of a bye. Bucks here just 2-2 on the road straight up. Both those wins came in dome stadiums. here, but still, Tampa Bay did get a cover in one of those games. They're actually 3-1 against the spread on the road this season. Giants are 1-4 against the spread at home, 3-6 against the spread as an underdog. Giants have been slow starting for sure. They've gotten pretty much hammered in the first half here by about I want to say 12 to 3 ratio, 12 to 3 margin in the last 5 games here right now. So these teams haven't met obviously in a few years, but Tampa Bay did win the last one 25-23 back 30-10, 25-23 back in 2020. Back in 2021 it was 30-10. Tampa Bay has won them both. Series has gone over in 6 of the last 7 meetings, but I've got another under here. I think I just gave out 3 straight unders right now today. So in outdoor games, by the way, and I'm going to take the under with the Buccaneers and the Giants in this one. Bucks have actually lost 3 of the last 4 trips to the to play the Giants. Here we go with some of the picks. Sports money is money. And we're going to go with Philly Eagle Flyer. Likes the Bucks here. Robert's with me. I said it. Robert said it first. And, Terrell says right here, Tampa Bay, tough schedule, no doubt about it. And they're live, and they're not going to let Atlanta get away from them. They are alive in this race for sure. Doge is here. He likes the Giants with Tommy Cutlets to get it done. Thomas Lewis says what I should have said is the first thing out of my mouth in this preview, actually, here, that Mike Evans set to return here. That's huge. That's huge. No doubt about it. And John Shaw going with the Giants in this one. And don't forget, right, what Robert's saying here, this should have been Drew Lock. But whatever's going on in Giants land, they want to go with DeVito. Ronnie Young's on Tampa Bay and under. Robert McCormick's got a Bucky Irving touchdown. And I'll take the under here in this one with the Buccaneers and the Giants is my play here on the Morning Steam Show. Next up, we're going to the Patriots and the Dolphins here in this one. The Patriots and that revamped I don't know if that's the right word, but hey, the Patriots are doing a little bit better here. Drake May here, or as Mr. Garvey might call him, Jockey Maye at quarterback here with the Patriots getting a touchdown in this one. And, I don't know. Dolphins are getting healthy. There's no doubt about it, with Hill getting healthy here a little bit. And this total, 46 and a half. I get it. That we've seen improvement, certainly, from New England. They've been playing well, especially in the second half. The last 4 games, they've outscored their opponents 50-36 in the second half. That's some progress here a little bit. And they've had their best games, really, over the last couple of games. Here, 700 yards over the last 2 games total. That's about as good as it's been right now for the Patriots. So against a Dolphins team that certainly doesn't look like they know how to cover spreads, they can kind of get healthy here. They're a touchdown favorite against a team that they absolutely dominate in this series. The Dolphins won 15-10 back in week 5 at Foxborough. They've won 6 of the last 7 overall. New England 0-4 straight up and against the spread their last 4 trips here into Miami, but I don't care. I'm still going to take New England in this one. I don't think the Dolphins are showing enough wherewithal and fortitude in that 4-6 record right now to cover numbers, even though they have won their last 2 games coming in here right now and covered the spread. They beat the Raiders 34-19 here at home and crushed them. And then, of course, remember, they upset the Rams on the road. So a little bit of a winning streak here right now for the Dolphins, and they are getting healthy, but I'm going to take the points with the Patriots in this one. In that first game, it was Huntley against Brissett in that game, and now you got Drake May and Tua. So 46, man. That's one of the highest totals on the board here today. It seems like with these two. So, hey, good for the Patriots. Good for Drake May. He's kind of the storyline that everyone kind of leads in with. It feels like when talking about this game, not that Tua, continues to look a little bit better each week, getting the fog out of his brain, I guess. But Dolphins here. Let's see, 1-4 as a home favorite so far this season for the Dolphins and the Patriots, even though they are, 3-6-1 against the spread this season, or 4-6-1 against the spread this season. They're 3-2 against the spread on the road. So I've got to take the Patriots here in this one. See what you guys have now here with Ferner, like the Bucks, and laddered it here last time. So, all right, Thomas going to put that money line parlay together with the Dolphins, and our Thomas likes Miami here. Justin does like the game to go over. Curtis likes the fish in this one. Robert likes Miami. Ray's going over. Billy Eagle Flyer likes the Dolphins. I'm back here. I'm out here by myself again, it feels like, because here it is. A consensus play on the Dolphins to smash the Patriots today. I'm on the island. You guys got me. You got me. A little bit of steam coming in. I'll just change the subject then, fam. Lamar taking on Nebraska, Omaha. We're seeing some steam to the under here in this one. This one goes off at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, with Lamar and Nebraska, Omaha here. After we get done with the NFL here, we might be able to squeeze in that first college game, maybe make a pick anyway, if you guys want to get the morning started here, if you're not already involved in the soccer action. As we're in the second half now, I believe, or are we in injury time? I didn't even pay attention. Robert here, Patriots and the over in this one. Justin, we'll have a little college basketball here still. Thomas says Miami's still a little overrated here right now at a touchdown, but still good enough for our chat. Good morning to Razor here today. And Fernando liking the under here. And Nasty Nate ready for Celtics action here tonight. He says take them to smash the Timberwolves. All right. Subhuman here says, yep, there you go. Yeah, a couple minutes in here, the second half. All right, I'm going to take the Patriots here in this one. I can't change now. I went against you guys, and you guys came in on the Dolphins, so I'll respect it, but I'll be against you, I guess. Arkansas Pine Bluff has taken some steam here against Missouri. It was 36.5. It's probably going to be down to 35 here. Pine Bluff getting steamed a little bit as a dog here on the road against Missouri. All right, keep it rolling here with the last of the early action here. And, the Titans will take on the Texans here again in this one with the Texans, a 7.5-point favorite. It's getting a little bit tired, but you have to, find the storyline a little bit, right, and try to make excuses or conclusions as to how to make it a game. And look, the Titans have a good defense, whatever the case is. Statistically here, yes, there could be a little bit to the fact that they're playing from behind. Maybe they're able to corral it a little bit here in some of the situations, but the numbers suggest the Titans have a good defense. So the Texans, they don't like to cover against anybody. It seems like they have a phobia against covering spreads. So maybe it could be a little bit hefty here with the Titans and the Texans here in this one, but the Titans just can't get anything going on offense. That's why they're 2-8. Houston here is just 2-3 in their last 5 games, but oh man, this Tennessee team is bad. There's no doubt about it. Here right now, they're 3-9 against the spread. Their last 12 uh, as a road underdog here. The hook is what's bothering me. I guess I could buy it down to 7, but it'd still be probably minus $1.40. It feels like for the most part. There's plenty of support for the Titans from professional cappers. This one's kind of split right down the middle here in this one, but man, I don't want to take the Titans. I just don't. Here, the season series does belong to the Texans for sure. They've won and covered 4 of the last 5 games in this series, including the last two, 17-10 and 21-19. Tennessee, though, is 4-1 straight up, but just 2-3 against the spread. Certainly, it was a better team in the years past, a little bit with the Titans right now, but with the situation right now with our man CJ Stroud, maybe he just hasn't been able to bust through and have a big season here at this point. But still, I would think against a quarterback like Will Levis, who's not developing here, not improving. Yeah, he was hurt. Maybe he can still improve, get better. But I think I'm going to be a little bit. I don't know what you guys want to do with this Titans team. I'm still going to lay it with the Texans, even though I'm kind of making excuses here for why the Titans might actually cover the spread in this one. I can't do it. This offense just isn't doing enough for me here right now with Tennessee. All right, let's see what you got here in this one. Tennessee just 10 points in the last 2 games in the first half. Here we go with, I think Thomas is going to put the Texans in that big money line parlay that he has. Ray says, I've got the Titans here in this one. Take the points. Sancho says the Texans to roll. Robert on the Titans here in this one. Julian's here. He's giving out the Commanders. And Nunya says he'll take the Texans here as well. And Julian's got a teaser with the Texans to Miami. Robert says, give me the Texans and the under. Maybe he'll tease it. And Robert likes the under here in this one at 40.5. I can't disagree with that. I'm going to take the Texans here to get a victory. Maybe they can even get it by double digits today. They're still 7-4 and, haven't been able to make that jump into the better teams of the AFC like maybe they were expecting, because this is kind of the role they kind of have trouble with, it feels like, for the most part. Houston is 3-5 as a favorite this year. Can't give you any numbers for Tennessee that would look anywhere close to being acceptable against the spread. They're 1-9, 1-9 against the spread so far this season. 1-6 against the spread as an underdog. And Thomas says the Texans are the play here today as a consensus play. Says Houston getting healthy a little bit. Here's a goal by Southampton to take the lead. My under 3.5 is looking dicey here as Southampton gets the goal here and takes a 2-1 lead. All right. It says here, Texans getting healthy with the wide receiver spot. Also, I will note Will Anderson is probable, and I think that's even more significant in this one. So, all right, I'll try the Texans here, and so will you guys as a consensus play, laying the points. We got a 3-teamer here so far. All right, here's Philly Eagle Flyer, Texans money line, Titans first half, and team total under. All right, that's it for the afternoon, or for the early card here today. Let's move on here now to the late action here. With let's pause. Let me see if I got something here. We're gonna get ready to roll in a game here in just a few minutes between Portland and Princeton. I think I might have a play here, and I'll just give it out see what you guys are doing. We won't preview it too much. It wasn't on my list of games to preview necessarily, but in this one, Princeton, what are they? It's actually been going down. I like Princeton here. They are down to, well, they're 11.5. So just a free play for me on the show. I'll lay it with Princeton over Portland, minus 11.5. This one goes off bottom of the hour here with the Myrtle Beach Invitational. And give me Princeton. It doesn't feel real cozy at 11.5, but I will try the Tigers as my play. All right, let's go to the afternoon action in the NFL right here in Las Vegas. And we're going to go to the Broncos taking on the Raiders in this one, with the Broncos on the road here, of course, going to be favored against the Las Vegas Raiders. So for sure, Broncos, everyone's hot and hyped on the Broncos. And anyone who's followed the show a little bit, no, I've been Broncos. I've been pro Broncos here, and it feels like that, they've kind of been the ones for me moving here as a money maker a little bit. Yeah, they're 6-5, but they've had some pretty good wins here against the number as well. Right now, you look at Denver, some of their best play here, 5-1 against the spread on the road. 4-0 against the spread as a favorite. Raiders are 2-2 against the spread here at home so far. So Denver here, they've been hot on offense. Nix has looked good. I've been a supporter of Nix here this season. He's really played pretty well. And again, he's older, right? So these rookies that come in, maybe sometimes they're too young, even though he didn't sit on the bench or anything. It feels like it's been a good situation for Bo Nix here. Raiders are 0-6 straight up, 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. Hey, they averaged 2 turnovers a game. I mean, that's not going to get you anywhere here. Raiders have gone over in 7 of their last 9 games overall. Look, the spread has continued to increase here a little bit this week, opened as low as maybe 4.5 at some spots, but not hitting 6 yet at too many spots. Some of the brick and mortars here in Vegas do have it as a 6. And you know what? I'll even grade myself at 6. I'm going to give out the Broncos here. I think a better price can be had at this point. But remember, as everybody wants to talk about the Broncos' maturity on offense and how they've gotten better, they still have this incredible defense. It's really been dominant all season long, it feels like right now. Denver just 3-3 straight up on the road, but they were an underdog in 5 of those 6 games so far this season. So Broncos have gone over in 5 of the last 7. The professional handicappers are running Broncos by about a 2-to-1 ratio here today. So I'm going to take the Broncos to keep it going here right now against the Raiders. This series, like I said, Broncos have been dominated by the Raiders. Actually, there's nothing that indicates the Broncos have had any success. For whatever reason, the Raiders have dominated the Broncos. Denver's 0-8 on the road, straight up and against the spread when taking on the Raiders, although some of those games, no, I think they all actually, no, there's a couple of them back to Oakland there for sure, but nonetheless, it's been a Raiders-dominated series. The Broncos had lost 9 straight games to the Raiders until Denver won back in Week 5, 34-18 as a 3-point favorite. So we know Denver getting a lot better real quick here over the last couple of weeks, and we've been on them for a lot of the season here, it feels like. All right, let's see what you guys want to do in this one. I feel like it could be heavy Broncos, actually, but maybe another home dog could pique your interest. 3 of the last 4 meetings between these two have gone under. All right, here we come with this one, Broncos and the Raiders. Thomas going to get all those favorites wrapped up in that parlay. Here's Ray. On the Raiders, Thomas says Bo Nix to go over. He continues to get higher also on those passing yards. Julian's got the Commanders' first half in a little action here with Miami over. He's also got a couple college plays there. Thank you, Julian. Robert Franklin on the over here. Philly Eagle Flyers got a little action here in soccer. And Ferner, I think, talking about that college basketball play today. Won't get too into it here on the handicap, but all right. Bo Jackson's on the Broncos on the money line here in this one. Not a lot, so is Philly Eagle Flyer. So not a lot of support in the chat in this one, but I'll be on the Broncos and lay the points against the Raiders. Couple more here right now in the afternoon. It's a 3-game window here with the Cardinals taking on the Seahawks. And wow, this one's a pick'em with the vastly improved Cardinals here, 6-4. Could the Cardinals find a way to the top of the division here and win the division at this point? They've won 4 in a row right now coming in. Wow. Hello, Cardinals. Wow. No doubt. They've won and covered their last 4. They're averaging 30 points a game in the last 3 games coming in. And not only that, they've been tearing it up in the second half. Especially in the games they win. I mean, that's obvious, but man, they continue to get better as the game gets longer, and that's what you want to see from Kyler Murray here when he's not testing out New York City pizzas with strangers, if you know what I'm talking about. Who cares about that? We want him on the field leading the way. We already know he's kind of the master of the back door, but now he's a pick'em on the road against Seattle. And look, there's a lot of Geno support here this week. Like maybe this is going to be the spot for Seattle to kind of turn it around here, right? Because after that 3-0 start, now they're 5-5. And the Cardinals are ahead of them here at this point. Handicappers are running about 70% for the Cardinals today to get this win on the road. Cardinals are 3-1 against the spread on the road this season, and 2-2 straight up. Well, we'll say Seattle just 2-4 straight up at home, 1-5 against the spread at home. Now we know it's a pick'em, but definitely means that they are underachieving at home, no doubt. The season series is a pretty strong under. 4 out of the last 5 meetings between these two teams have gone under. That's where I'm going here, actually, with this one. I think the Cardinals, not just the offense, I think the defense, too, has done an okay job here. And I've just lost my total in that Mo Salah with the goal. I watched the interview on the Premier League show as I was getting ready, and Salah has scored here to make it 2-2. All right. Tried to get cute there with an under in a Liverpool game, but all right. Continue on here, though. Right now, Seattle just 3-8 against the spread in their last 11 games at home in the NFC West. Seahawks 10-3 straight up, but 6-1 against the spread last 13 meetings between these two teams. Cardinals 1-3 straight up and against the spread last 4 trips here to Seattle. But I think the fact that the line is a pick'em here, Seattle you'd think would be favored for the most part in years or at least months past, meetings past, but maybe the tide has shifted here to the Cardinals a little bit here, but I'm going to take the under at 47. I think right now it says 47.5. Yeah, there's some 47.5s out there for sure. There's some 47s as well. I've got another under today. I guess I'm going under in some games here on Sunday. Let's see what you guys have. Thomas says Geno's a dangerous one in the fourth quarter. I'm taking his passing yards over. And Ray's on the Cardinals here with this one. How about Connor to go over his rushing and receiving, says Justin. And Robert's on the Cardinals here as well. All right, now I'll take the under here as my play. Let's go to the big game of the day, and it's turned out, well, I don't know if it is the big game of the day. I guess in the afternoon card, it kind of is, but still, you got the Packers here, 7-3, but Niners just 5-5 currently. We know the issues that they've had, and this has been a runaway spread a little bit here because of the absence of Brock Purdy here, and the 49ers going to have to go here with Allen as quarterback, and it's not Josh Allen, it's not any other Allen, right? It's Brad Allen. No doubt, San Francisco, if they get Danny Dimes and whatever they're going to do, looking forward, it does feel like Purdy's going to miss more than just 1 or 2 games. It feels like this could be a situation where they're going to need to add a quarterback here at this point of the season. The Packers are up to a 5.5-point favorite here right now, maybe even 6 at a few spots as a runaway favorite here today, just within the last couple of days after Purdy was ruled out. Handicappers are pretty strong here on the Packers by a 4-to-1 ratio. Now, some of those surveys that I do take come out earlier in the week as well, so maybe a little bit of pause there with the increased number. But again, they were dealing with Purdy in there, and now they've got Allen in right now. So Niners are 1-3 against the spread on the road. This is their first time as an underdog this season. They've been favored in every game so far. Green Bay just 2-4 against the spread as a favorite here this year, but they are 5-1 straight up at home this season as a favorite. So we can get your play here in this one between the 49ers and the Packers. What do you like here on this one? The totals dropped here significantly down to 44.5 from a high of maybe a field goal difference here with Purdy out. I'm going to take another under here. How many did I give out on the show? I feel bad. 2, 3, 4, 5 unders here for me today. Hey, we had an over out there, but I'll take another under here at 44.5 with the 49ers and the Packers today. It's definitely lost some of its luster here in the 49ers. Look, they're still in it too, right? The NFC West is wide open and up for grabs. So it's just a matter of finding someone here maybe to take the place. Still got McCaffrey in, right? Things are okay with McCaffrey. Going to have to shoulder the load here, so to speak, with the 49ers here on the road. But Brad Allen, or what's his name? Brandon Allen. I think everybody's kind of thought it was the wrong Allen. And of course, the 49ers will be without Nick Bosa here today, so that hurts. No Megatron, I think we're calling him now. Megatron Bosa here, he's out today, so definitely some issues here for the 49ers coming in. Kittle is probable. Trent Williams probable. That's good. Here, 49ers usually roll with the punches. It feels like when Williams is in or out of the lineup, he almost feels like the key player for the 49ers, but I'm going to take the under here in this one with the 49ers and the Packers. All right. See what we got here today with you guys in this one, and that'll be one more here. Is this one a shootout, Julian? And I just went with the under. Thank you to Sports Money. Make sure you like and subscribe here. Jermaine likes, he's on that Cardinals game there. All right. Justin says takes CMC to go over in his rushing and receiving. Also, Amir Abdullah here for Jermaine. Thomas does like the Packers here to roll this one. R. Thompson's on the Niners here. And too many points to lay, though, says Sports Money. I don't know, man. The Niners here, this one might be, feels like the one that they might have to take a week off here. Look, I think the thing with Danny Dimes is real. I think that's where he's probably going to end up right now. If they're ending up with Brandon Allen here. Now, I know that here's the thing, right? Shanahan can do a lot. I think part of Purdy's success, yes, he's a good quarterback, right? He's an all-pro. He is, was underrated coming in and definitely has been great here for the 49ers. But got to give a little bit of credit to this because every time Shanahan seems to get the quarterbacks to overachieve, is what it feels like to me. All right, let's see here. Niners plus the points. I think that's what Robert's saying right there. Whatever quarterback is in there, they're going to be a little bit better than they are, I guess. Also, let's see here. Kittle over receiving yards here. Robert on the under here with me. Tim Allen. Any other Allens out there? Thank you to Nate for being here today. And I think that's it. Ricky Levine, nice to see you in the chat. Says the Packers are overrated here right now. Look, I think, given their situation, I think the Packers are still in a pretty good spot right now, moving forward here. But yeah, maybe still, especially in this game, right? I don't think he means this. I think he means in general. But Packers here, they have won 5 of their last 6, but they are 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games. So maybe the runaway spread can pique the interest of a 49er team that, still quality franchise here. So San Francisco's won 4 of the last 6 meetings. They've also covered the last 3 trips into Lambeau Field. 9 of the last 13 meetings have gone over between these two teams, but Packers have gone under in 5 of their last 6. Niners have gone under in 3 of their last 4. Green Bay won 3-1 to the under at home. I will take the under here in this one. And let's go to Sunday Night Football with the Eagles taking on the Rams tonight. And Rams got caught napping last time we saw them on national TV, right, against the Dolphins. So Eagles come in here 8-2. No overrated here, it feels like. The Eagles are 4-1 against the spread on the road. It's almost as if, we take the Eagles for granted, and now all of a sudden here they are at 8-2. We didn't cast them aside necessarily. This year's Eagles, we kind of said, hey, prove it to us now a little bit, right? Keep it going, but we know that, with Kelsey retiring and maybe they were, Smith was having some injury woes or whatever, but it feels like they've all put together here right now with Hurts. Speaking of taking quarterbacks for granted, right? Hurts. It feels like we take him for granted as well. So Eagles have won 6 straight, 4-2 against the spread. In those 6 games, Eagles have allowed just 6 touchdowns in their last 6 games. So doing it on defense as well. And they get off to great starts. Last 5 games, they've outscored their opponents 57-26 in the first half. And, they're just good on the road, it feels like. And going up against the Rams team that, hey, they're in this race. Every game's important. They're 5-5 right now in division play. Handicappers are still running heavy. 2.5-1 ratio here on the Eagles. The Rams have won 4 of their last 5, with that only loss coming to the Dolphins. So they played well at home, but getting points here tonight. Philadelphia has won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams and covered 5 straight games when visiting Los Angeles. Rams are just 4-9 against the spread in games that are lined 3 points or less. So not a great role here for them necessarily, but man, it feels like they could be live here in this one tonight. See what you guys have in the chat. See if the line has moved some spots, 2.5 here, but still they'd be juiced to the Rams. And with Smith out of this game, that's certainly a factor. So yes, Brown has been key in those times when Smith has been out, but it does seem like Smith is that key guy here a little bit. So man, the Eagles are playing hot, but the Rams, I think everyone had a bad taste in their mouth. It felt like in that Dolphins game, the way the Dolphins, but again, the Dolphins may be on the improve here a little bit. All right, got to grab these points with the Rams here tonight. I know these Eagles are strong and good, but I think the flop on national TV, the primetime game last time, I expect the Rams to be able to stay in this one. Eagles may get the win here, it feels like, and maybe the Rams still get the cover in a close, exciting game. Hopefully it is exciting tonight. I think we're getting a few injury reports now here in today. Yeah, nothing too impactful yet on some of the reports. So, all right, let's see what you guys have. I would have a feeling the chat is going to prefer the Eagles here in this one, but I'm going to have to take the points at home. Here we go. Let's take a look. Bo says Green Bay has a 5-0. Oh, that was the other game. Thank you there, Bo. R. Tomps on the Eagles here. Robert Franklin on the Eagles. Thomas is on the over here in this one. Robert's on the Eagles. This looks like it's going to be a consensus play here. Stafford, no good as a home dog. Rams in general, like I said, not terrific in the home dog role long term, but 6-3-1 last 10 games against the spread as a home dog. And Philly Eagle Flyer says, give me the Eagles and a Hurts touchdown. Ray is on the Eagles. And it's a consensus play here with the Eagles, even though it felt like, yeah, Thomas and I, maybe we're on. But, hey, that's going to give us a consensus here right now of 4 games today. So enter in your comments in the chat, and we'll have at least a 4-teamer here. We'll run with the other. Here's a Rams play, though, on Justin, but it felt like it was running 2-1 there in the chat on the Eagles, and that's what professional handicappers were running there as well. All right, that's it for the NFL. We got to keep a move on here and get through this show. So let's quickly go to the NBA tonight and take a look at this card with the Timberwolves taking on the Celtics here in this one. And the Celtics are favored here by 8, and the total is 222.5. We've seen the total kind of move up here in this one. This series has been an over series for the most part, but again, these two teams just meeting twice a year. So 5 straight meetings, though, between these two teams in Boston have gone over. I don't think that's going to be the case here in this one. I like the fact that this total has gone higher. I'm going to end up on an under here with Boston and the Timberwolves today. Let me see if I have any other trends on it. But for me, it's more just a total here, just creeping up maybe a little bit too high for me here in this one with the Timberwolves going on the road. Take a look at some of the trends with these two teams as far as the total is concerned so far this season. And you have right now Boston 5-2 to the over at home, but this is Minnesota's actually been a favorite in all 15 of their games so far this season, which is crazy to think about, really. But this is their first chance as an underdog here, so I'm going to try the under here in this one and figure that as a dog, they're going to end up being a little bit short here offensively. So give me the under here with the Timberwolves and the Celtics. All right, you guys are rolling here on the plays a little bit. Thank you, Nate, for some of your action as well. Fernando says we're going to get a penalty kick here right now. Next up, Wizards and the Pacers. In this one, you got Pacers, a double-digit favorite here against the 2-12 Wizards. Pacers just 6-10 overall right now. And here's a little steam in a big game here with St. John's and Georgia. A game total to go over 152 here right now. St. John's and Georgia in a high-profile matchup here tonight. Or I should say this morning. This one goes off here in just 15 minutes. This one was at 150 or so, but right now it's 152.5 or higher. Steam coming in. St. John's and Georgia right now on the Morning Steam Show. All right. All right, Wizards and Pacers here. I'm going to end up on the under, another under here for me. Look, Pacers have been an over for sure, no doubt about it. But these two teams have a pretty serious under trend here. 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams in Indiana have gone under. Washington's gone over in 8 of their last 10 on the road, dating back a little bit to last season. All the trends favor the over here, and I just got burned on one of these 240s trying to go under, but I'm going to do it again here right now and take the under in this one as Liverpool pounds home that penalty right now. So I would imagine the over is probably more popular with the public, but spread wise here, Washington just 2-5 against the spread on the road. Indiana 4-2 against the spread at home. Maybe this is the right roll for Indiana here, but I'll try the under here in this one. Robert's on the Pacers here. Thomas says Pacers for me. Wizards have already given up this season. All right. Continuing on here, the Clippers are on the road against the 76ers here. We got plenty of guys out in this game, so a little bit of a tough handicap here tonight, but we do know it's mostly official. It feels like with the, Norman Powell still out here for the Clippers in this one. Also, Embiid is out for the Sixers here. Kyle Lowry is out now. Maxey in. I'm going to take the Sixers here in this one. It's been a pretty good series with these two teams. The Sixers have been the better team long term. They've covered 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams. 5 of the last 6 meetings between these two teams have gone over, but we've been killing it here a little bit with these Clippers unders here right now. They are 1-4 to the under as a favorite, 2-7-1 to the under in their last 10. Philly 3-7 to the under in their last 10. So yeah, maybe these teams go over, but Clippers here come in with a 3-game winning streak. They've covered in 4 straight. Philadelphia is off of that win over Brooklyn, 113-98 to snap their losing string. So give me the Sixers here, though, to grab one finally here. I've been on the Clippers quite a bit here this season as one of my teams, and they are 11-6 against the spread. So, if you handicap the handicappers, as someone who's been on the Clippers quite a bit, I'm shifting to the Sixers, at least in this game tonight. And I think for me, being Norman Powell being out, he has been carrying the team and doing a great job, and he's a key player out of this one. So, all right. And I think that's it. Nothing for you guys on that one, maybe because of the injuries here. So let's go to the Mavericks and the Heat here in this one. You got the Mavs on the road, but the Heat going to be favored here. No Dirk still right now, so that's a pretty big factor, it feels like, in this game. And Miami needing wins here at this point, just 6-7. Dallas comes in at 9-7 here currently. Jimmy Bucket's also questionable here for Miami tonight, so I'm going to end up on the under here in this one. Dallas has won and covered 4 straight right now, including the game against Denver without Dirk on the road. In a bit of a surprise, Miami did beat Philly by 17 last time out to get the money. They've been alternating wins and covers here over the last several games right now. The season series here belongs to Dallas long-term between these non-conference foes, but Dallas has covered 4 out of the last 5 meetings between the two. 4 of the last 5 have gone under. I'm taking the under here in this one. For me, Miami 2-5 to the under as a favorite so far. Dallas 5-0. The over is a dog, but without Dirk here, maybe we just see what they're really made of in this spot. Maybe they can get the money, but I'm going to take another under here. 3 unders for me in the NBA today. No comments from you guys in this one, it looks like. Hopefully we're still on the air. We got 90 of you in here right now, and we're getting ready for our consensus parlay drawing sooner than later. This show is almost over. Got some more basketball coming up at the top of the hour, 2 or 3 games here, actually, with Hampton and Boise and that St. John's, Georgia game. Here's Toronto on the road taking on the Cavs. And hey, come on, Toronto. We got the 16-1 Cavs. We've got the 4-12 Raptors, but we've got, the 11-5 Raptors against the spread. Now, Cleveland's been covering. We know that. They've been crushing the spread. They've been super profitable. But in situations like this, I usually want, when 2 teams are hot covering spreads and one's a good team and one's not, I'm usually going to be on the dog. And I think I'm going to end up on the dog here as well in this one at 12.5 points. That's going to be enough for me, for familiar foes here, it feels like a little bit with Toronto. Cleveland's won the last 2 meetings, but the teams did meet back at Toronto in October. It was 136-106. Cleveland crushed them on that night, but the Raptors have won and covered 2 straight games here right now against Minnesota and Indiana. Both those were at home, but still 5-3 against the spread on the road. Now, Cleveland will have the better numbers here. It feels like they've covered 4 straight again. They're still pretty much on a roll. The only loss, remember, they had was to the Celtics, and they still got the money in that one. But I'm taking the points for sure with the Raptors. I'm still looking to play the Raptors, trying hard and getting plenty of points. And we've got Robert on Toronto. Nate wants to look at South Dakota against Duquesne. I think we might here, Nate. I mean, maybe I can at least get a pick out here real quick. Robert Franklin on the Raptors. Let me see if we can do these. We'll do the college games here in just. Let's get this last NBA game out of the way. I'm on the Raptors there. Brooklyn and the Kings. In this one, you got the Kings favored here by 8.5. We've been riding Brooklyn a little bit, cashing tickets with them as a dog here this season. They're 8-3-1 as an underdog. They've done a real nice job, but I think this one's going to be a little bit tougher. Even though the Kings are just 2-5, 2-5-1 against the spread at home, man, everything points to Brooklyn to get this money. But I'm just wondering if they're just not just a little bit out of gas. They played at Philly in their last game, and now they're traveling out here to the West Coast. So maybe a little rough. They lost to Philly by 15. I'm going to lay the points with Sacramento. We'll be back on Brooklyn here, I think, in days to come, but not tonight. I'm going to take Sacramento and lay the points here in this one. But, Brooklyn's been a moneymaker. No doubt about it. We've done a nice job. Keep riding with Brooklyn right now. But just for tonight, I'm going to try a favorite here. Sacramento's won and covered five of the last 6 between these 2 teams. So I know it's a little bit tough here with a big number, but for me, I'm going to lay it tonight with Sacramento. We'll be back on Brooklyn, I've said, all season long. I was going to be on Brooklyn a little bit. They've done a nice job, certainly. All right, Robert going under here. Sports Money, thank you for picking up that one. That might be our coverage of that South Dakota and Duquesne game, as he says, take the Dukes in that matchup. That one being played Cayman Islands, right? That's it for the NBA. There is some college basketball coming up. There's also one hockey game we'll preview. But, hey, let's take a look. There's 2 games here coming up here at the top of the hour in college basketball. If I'm not mistaken, we've got St. John's taking on Georgia. We already talked about the steam that kind of rolled in here just a short time ago on the over here, driving this one up to, 152 or so in this one. And, man, it just keeps going higher and higher. It feels like right now. I'm going under in this one with St. John's and Georgia. I'm going to go against that steam as my play here on the show. I actually like Georgia in that game. I'm going to take them plus the points and give me a double play here with Georgia and the under here right now. Maybe I actually like Georgia a little better than the total. Also, Hampton and Boise here on the top of the hour. This one, like I said, at the Cayman Islands. Before that, South Dakota Duquesne game here, and I like the over with Hampton and Boise. It's gone down here, I believe. I don't have a graphic for this one, but right now it's down to 138.5. Give me the over with Hampton in and Boise. On the side there, I don't know. I'm not going to hazard a guess here on the fly. I wasn't going to have a premium or do too much. I don't think even I might not do too much with that game, but I am going to take the over. Let me punch that one in right now. Thank you for your comments, everybody. And Nunya's got me. If Nunya's feeling me, textiles here, knows his way around some fabric. And appreciate it, gang. Did sports money go under in that? I think he was talking about that late NBA game, actually. Okay, let's go to the NHL here right now. One game in the NHL. Let's just highlight it real quick with Utah taking on the Leafs. Here in this one, you've got Stolars going up against Stauber here, and we got a Stauber sighting for Utah here in this one today. So let's see here what you guys want to do with the one game in the NHL tonight. I don't even know if we'll go premium here. This one's at 7:07 here. I might just give out my favorite play here on the show. Right now, it feels like, but I do want to look at this situation with Stauber here and see if he is indeed going to be the man between the pipes tonight in this one. Let's take a look. Uh-oh. I might be frozen. I might not get to look at the goalie situation. Okay, here we go. So for young Jackson Stauber here coming in, maybe making his debut in this one. Stolar is 7-3-2, 2.18 goals against average coming into this game. And again, a $2 favorite here, it feels like. So we'll see what happens. Stauber, the 25-year-old coming in here, played at Providence. So, we've seen him out there at least a few starts he had last season with the Blackhawks. He did go 5-1, so pretty good numbers there. 2.81 goals against and a 91% save percentage for Jackson Stauber when he was a member there of the Blackhawks. So see if you guys want to play the hockey game tonight. Just one game on the ice. And for me, I'm going to be on the under here in this one. It feels like that would be my best play, and I don't know if I'll get to a premium on the side. Let me just take the under here with Utah and Toronto. All right, I've got some plays in college basketball to give out. See what you got here. Nasty Nate, he's at a high school game, it sounds like, today. We had our big championship game here last night or at least not here in Las Vegas, but San Diego football scene. I watched it. Pretty good game. And, I'll say this. The team that won, Lincoln High School, the high school of some great talented players, including guys like Marcus Allen, but they got it done. In the starting quarterback for Lincoln High that won the game last night is Akili Smith Jr., who's headed to the University of Oregon, and he played pretty well. The running back was the star. I don't know if the running back is going to be a top-level talent. He's certainly a Division I player for Lincoln High as they beat the Cathedral Catholic Dons there. Though they were the two best teams by far in San Diego this year. Not really. Although Lincoln did have a tough time in the semifinal. And in the Lincoln High game, funny, in the Lincoln High game, I don't know if I have time to do this real quick, but let me see if I have it here. They had played Lincoln High played a team called Mission Hills out here in the semifinal game. Let me see if I got this. There was an incident. Watch this, you guys. A referee almost got punched by either a fan here. Let me see if I can. Here we go. Let's see if I can get it here. We got the end of the game coming up, right? Guy's going to score a touchdown here. Let me see if I really have to play. Now, he scores a touchdown. The game is over. In overtime, they're going to the finals here, right? And let's watch this here. Watch. Look at this guy. Watch this guy running by. Right here. Look at that guy. Now watch this. He's mad. His team, he felt like he got jobbed here at the end of the game. And watch this play. Over there. Watch this. This is in the semifinals. He is like, oh, he just put a piece of it. You know who you are, buddy. There you are. Everybody knows who you are. That's Coach Brady. Assistant coaches from one of my favorite teams. Get out of here, buddy. Let's go. Do this thing. Now he's getting a Facebook foul. Just because he didn't like the crowd. It's a high school football game. He wants to speak to referees. And he's still getting in the face to one of my favorite assistant coaches. How about that? So I throw that in there. Throw that in there. You guys like that? Man, you want to crush that guy a little bit. All right. Let's move here to college basketball here right now. Let me get rid of the spammer. Don't go to that site. That's not where you get your NFL. So, okay, here we go. Right? You're Nunya. Yeah, no, I'm not that guy. I'm always critical of people who high school refs get critiqued and criticized a lot. They make $100 a game, but still they're just out there. There's not a lot of. There's a referee shortage because people don't like the abuse. Okay, college basketball here. We talked about this one. Georgia and St. John's here. I got Georgia and the under. Here in this one, I think we're just giving out plays here. Get the show over with. Get that consensus 4-teamer together, I think is what it feels like here right now. Next up, Maryland taking on Villanova. I hope I got the order of these right, but this one's a pretty decent game here on Sunday. I think I can get at least some of the game times out of the way of rolling here a little bit. This one's at 1 p.m. Eastern and 10 Pacific here in this one with Villanova and Maryland here. But I like Maryland in this one minus the points against struggling Villanova. This one's being played in Newark, New Jersey. Give me Maryland here. Here's Oklahoma State taking on Nevada. In this one is being played in Charleston, South Carolina at the Charleston Classic today. And let me see here. Oklahoma State, Nevada, about a 5.5 point favorite. Total 145 here. And I like the under here in this one for sure with Oklahoma State and Nevada. That's my play there. Also, I think I prefer Oklahoma State plus the points, actually. So give me Oklahoma State and the under here on a Sunday. We'll give out a side and a total here in a couple of these. How about Central Florida taking on LSU? That's at the Greenbrier tip-off here. The first game leading up to the big one, and I'll tell you in just a moment about it. You might already have your eyes pinned on this one. So for me in this one, I'm going to be on the under here with Central Florida and LSU at about 147 or so. But the big game today is involving two undefeated teams with Pittsburgh taking on Wisconsin. This one is at 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific in the middle of the afternoon NFL window here with the Panthers, who I've got here, by the way. I'm taking Pitt in this game over Wisconsin here. Definitely my favorite play. I think one of my favorites of the day here. I'll take Pitt over Wisconsin in this one. And a couple more here. How about Marquette? No, that's it. That's it. That That was the other game, right? That was yesterday or whatever it was, right? That's it for that. Let's go to the drawing here, you guys. And everybody's entered in. Let's see how many we got in the drawing. We got 45 of you. Going to get a 4-teamer today in the NFL. Appreciate everybody coming in here for the show. Bears, Dolphins, Texans, Eagles. Going to be a 4-teamer here for someone right now. Let's get it ready. Let's pull it up. Uh-oh. I'm going in the wrong order here, making it look bad. But there we go. There we go. Get ready for the draw. Okay, good luck. 4-teamer, someone here going to be however many views we can get. And this will be about, 4-teamer, so 10-1. If we get, I don't know, as with the first games, we might only get 200 views, but hey, $20 or more here to the winner, it feels like. Here we go. Got to hit the parlay. We're 0 for 14, gang. Justin, Public Enemy, Razor Sharp, Subhuman, Michael, Udiah, Randall, Ray, Doge, Young, Ron, R. Toms. It's Justin. He's our first 2-time contestant on the consensus parlay and a true day oneer, Justin McKelvey. He gets a second chance. He's the first one in our shows here for 2 weeks. We've done it exactly 14 days now. I know I said we're 0 14, but we had 2 parlays last week. So on one day. So we're 0 for 14. That doesn't bode well for Justin, but he'll get the chance today for the $20 or more. Let's go and get a bunch of views on the show. If we can get 250 or 300, maybe we can get Justin a $25 or $30 win. Yeah, Justin might be hacking it. He might have logged in. I was pulling for our Tomps there at the end, I think. I don't think we got our Tomps one yet. And who else didn't get it yet out of our regulars there? All right, Justin. I hope we get one finally. I'm going to put it in here for us. But whatever the YouTube views are at in a little less than 2 hours, I know not a lot of people are going to come back in and watch the show on that one like they might on the later on the day. But nonetheless, Justin, good luck and love you. Thank you for being such a great supporter. And I hope Justin gets the first win here today. Again, it's going to be Bears plus the points, Dolphins minus the points, Texans minus the points, and the Eagles minus the points. All right, everybody, thank you. That's going to do it here for the Morning Steam Show. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern and 6 Pacific. Make sure you check me out over at winnable.com. Get my plays for today. I've got a 3-pack. I got a 3-pack in NFL. I'll get it for a couple of dollars. My best 3 plays of the day. Hopefully, I just gave some of them to you here on the show. Felt like some of them were the premiums, but just wanted to have a pick on every game on the show. So some of them were stronger than others, but you get my best 3 plays over there, and I'll also have the other sports as well. We'll get rolling with those picks here kind of as I get ready for the football. College basketball, kind of staying off the early action. Don't want to water down the NFL selections a little bit, even though college basketball, look, hockey was bad last night. I'm glad there's only one game. I couldn't find a winner on the ice. And we did have a couple of college basketball winners, but that wasn't great either. It felt like college football was what we did right yesterday, but we did have a premium pick winner in college basketball yesterday with Wofford against Wisconsin, Milwaukee. We also had James Madison and Jacksonville State under, but I think we finished sub 500 actually. So let's get it today. Thank you, everybody. Make sure you use that promo code STEAM to save 20% off the packages over there. Get my best plays for just 50 cents a day when you sign up for a monthly package at $20 and you use that promo code STEAM. So it's about 50 cents a day for 1 month to get a bunch of plays from me, more than 3 usually. I'll probably have 10 or 12 by the time the day is over here. So really you're just following my action. Hey, and sign up for free with that, free subscription there where I send out some of the other sports. You might have been on 125 to 1 shot with Vince Whaley. I'm going to have to watch golf today because of, as I showed you earlier on the show with my send out on Thursday, my first package of golf selections here this season. Since the championship was played out, but for me, this was my first golf card of the new season, and I've got two guys in the top 5 here, basically, with Whaley tied for the lead at 125-1. I gave him out, and I gave out also Mac Hughes, who's tied for third, and he was 30-1 pre-flop. So I'm in a pretty good position to sprinkle the board, and that's what I've done a little bit here to make sure I get a little bit of return. I'll probably won't win 4 digits if Whaley wins because of my hedges here a little bit. I'd like to walk away with a little bit of money. So I've sprinkled the board a little bit with 125-1, and there's a mix of 6 golfers or so. So I'm not going to let it all ride. And maybe I still have room to get on something late if he gets into a little bit of a duel with somebody. But hopefully it's Whaley and Hughes here. The other guys, not so much. We had Griffin, we had Rogers, we had Lauer, who stunk it up on the opening day, and we had Phillips as well. A couple of those guys are within 5 or 6 shots, but it would take a big round. The thing was, Whaley shot a 63 yesterday to come in tied for the lead. Maybe we could take a peek right now, actually. The golfers are underway, and here comes Hodges up the board. And Phillips has already gone 5 under today. Phillips is tied for 7th, and he's on that list too here. And also Griffin here is 3 under for the day. So they're going low. Might be a little bit of a shootout here today, but my guys have kind of some of the best scores right now, and feeling good about that 125-1 shot coming in. All right. Thanks a lot, everybody, here for the morning steam. Thank you to Mikey for pumping things up. Great job yesterday, you guys, Mikey and the crew. I didn't make it in to hang out with them for the main event, but man, it stuck up on me so fast watching the show yesterday while doing my show, getting my show ready. So they did a great job, and it was awesome. Utah is getting steamed right now in that one hockey game today. Utah was plus $1.67 or so, but they're definitely taking steam here right now in that game that we mentioned just a short time ago. Utah against Toronto. Utah definitely taking steam right now. Check it out on your apps and your screens. All right, catch you tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific time with more morning steam. We'll preview Monday Night Football and more for the Sports Money Network. I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
Can't escape from the team called the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott, sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.